All right, we're going to look at some more quadratics here, and one of the things that we're going to do is I'm going to take quadratic expressions that are not in standard form, and then we're going to rewrite them in standard form. That's going to allow us to go in and be able to graph these other types of quadratic functions that we may run into. And that way, we have one method we can use every time. So we're going to talk about intercept form and vertex form down the road when we do our graphing. I'll show you why we can talk about these as vertex form and intercept form. But right now, how I know I have a quadratic is that I see that I'm going to be multiplying. And so what I see is that there's two x's in there. So I got an x times x, which is going to give me that x squared. Okay. Now, what I can look at is a couple methods that we can use. Okay. Now, some of us may recognize the idea of FOIL. And again, what FOIL stands for is that I'm supposed to take my first term times my first term. So I'm taking my x times x. And like I said, there's where I'm getting my quadratic. The O stands for the outsides again. So I'm going to take x times 5. And that'll get me to my 5x. The I stands for insides. Now, when I'm doing the insides and dealing with this 3 here, you have to take the sign with it. So it's negative 3 times x. And then finally, I take the L, which is my last term, times my last term. So negative 15. Okay. And in general, you're going to be able to combine the two pieces on the inside to now get a quadratic expression in standard form. Another method we can use is the box method. And what you're doing there is you're writing down your two binomials. And what we're looking at is the box, the part that you're looking at is going to be the two pieces that intersect it multiplied together. Okay. So this box is going to be the negative 3 and the x. This box, the 5 and the x. And then finally the last box, the 5 and the negative 3. And what you'll notice is that you're going to get the same thing, and they talk about dealing with the diagonals, combining like terms, but I got to the same point. So I don't care which method that you use. I got to add this correctly, don't I? This is a 2x. I don't care which method you use. You just need to be comfortable with it, because we're going to do a lot of those in the next couple of days. If I run into a situation where there's a number out in front, okay, so for instance, negative 3. What we have is 3 pieces being multiplied together. You have the negative 3, you have the x minus 8, and you have the 2x plus 1. I always suggest leaving the negative 3 for last. Multiply the two binomials first. Reason being is that it's easy to multiply by negative 3. Okay, I can do that at the end. The other thing is when I multiply pieces together, it doesn't matter what order I go about doing it. It's called our commutative property. So I'm going to actually keep the negative 3, don't lose it, and I'm going to multiply this together. Okay, and I'm going to use FOIL because that's what I'm most comfortable with, and I think it works better for most of us. This should hopefully be quite a bit of review for us. Okay, and again, as you can see, we can combine the two x pieces in the middle, which I always want to simplify what's in parentheses first. Again, that's order of operations. And now I'm going to distribute. So I'm going to take that negative 3 and make sure you're multiplying every piece by negative 3, and make sure you recognize negative and negative becoming positive here as well. And now we have it in standard form. All right. Now this is what's called a binomial squared. Okay. Too many times people do this. Okay. They take and they think that this 2 can be distributed. Okay. Exponents do not distribute. Okay. Distribution is multiplication over addition. Okay, so what we have to do in these situations is write what it means. X plus 5 squared means I'm taking x plus 5 times itself. Okay, and now I'm all set up, whichever method that I use. And done. Notice what I had when I did the supposed distribution. I'm missing that 10x. It's very important you get that. Okay, and then the most difficult situation will be one like this. And again, what I see is that perfect square, and then I have multiplication, and I also have addition, subtraction. I'm going to think of my order of operations. Okay, order of operations, simplify what's in the parentheses. Well, I can't. Then I need to next go in and take care of exponents. So I need to take that x plus 2 and square it. So again, I want to rewrite it out like this. So then when I FOIL it, or use my box method, whichever, again, there's just that piece right there. Okay. Now I still have my 4. I still have my negative 7. Okay. Now, order of operations. I should still work on those parentheses, okay, because I want to get rid of them. So I'm next going to distribute the 4. And now finally I'll be able to combine those constant pieces. And now we have it again, like I said, standard form. All right, and that's it.